Hey everybody, this is Josh from Continue.
And this is Dominic from Old Continue.
And Dom and I would like to share with you a podcast that we do called Fantasy Fiction, where every week we write a silly fantasy story and read it to each other. We figured we would do this little video to let the Continue audience know about it because we thought you would like it.
Yes, our show features stories of wizards, sorcery, and sex.
That's what they call a threefer.
That's fantasy in all aspects.
We've gone ahead and grabbed the stories from one of our episodes and uploaded it here for you to listen to. So just keep listening, and the stories will happen.
The stories will begin. Every week we have a prompt suggested by our listeners, and these stories come from episode 12, where the prompt was snake beasts. And if you're enjoying what you're listening to, you can stream every episode over at our YouTube channel, which is Fantasy Fic, or you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podomatic, and various other places under Fantasy Fiction.
We hope you enjoy the show because we love making it. So give it a listen, have a good time, and keep on wizarding.
Keep on wizarding. And cue music.
In the land of fantasy, on the fields of fiction, there rode two knights across the plains. Two thieves of the night, two warriors of honor, in the shadow of the mountain cry their name. Until the deed is done, until the quest is won, the battle's in our minds, until the end of time.
Dom, you ready for this one?
Oh, you know I am.
All right, baby. This one is called Snake Labyrinth.
Oh no. Oh no. Go on, quick.
All right, here we go. Fred, baby, come back to bed, moaned a comely house wench with a set of chest butts that would make your mama say, "Tell your pappy I think I'm a lesbo now."
Josh, this story started off real quick and real good.
We're just fucking kicking it up. All right. In the corner of a small brothel room stood Fred the Skull Peeler, adventurer, treasure hunter, basher of skulls, and slayer of mad pussy.
Oh, man.
Fred, honey, one more round, moaned the hot-boobed wench. Now, sweet tits, I got some adventuring to do. Fred had a shaved head, but was full in beard, which he braided into two beard pigtails, which the ladies used to ride the F train to Cumsville. He pulled up his kilt, of which he never wore underwear with, and brushed the whore crumbs out of his beard. He grabbed his one-of-a-kind legendary broadsword, Orcfester, Slayer of the West, and slung it over his shoulder across his back. The sword was crafted by high elves and bathed in hot oils twice a day by the finest wenches in Daranos, and given an updated scrapbook of its epic deeds every year for its birthday. People love scrapbooking in Daranos.
They do, and that's pretty useful. It's better than just a regular old book.
Yeah, it's like a memories book. Mm-hmm. Fred strolled down the creaky wooden steps of the brothel and went into the tavern area. On the wall hung his likeness on oil and canvas because he was the establishment's best customer, and one time he ate a 72-ounce ox steak in under an hour, which got him a sweet tunic with the words "Steak Daddy" embroidered on it.
Steak Daddy.
It's pretty cool, too.
What kind of brothel is this?
It's a fucking steakhouse brothel, son.
I need to go immediately.
Let's fucking go, dude. When you come home, let's do it.
Dude, is the steak brothel just your house?
Yes. You found me out.
I'll see you there.
Around the bar were Daranos' most wretched and vag-hungry adventurers. There was Raxnor the Orc, Kraznor the retired Lich King. Sid's seat was empty because he had a, quote, girlfriend. And of course, Buff Cat, the cat with human proportions and buff-ass muscles and a six-pack.
Buff Cat. Oh my god.
"What's up, douche jockeys?" Fred chided. "Oh, nothing much, Fredo. We're just talking about the whereabouts of the snake jewel of insane strength," replied Raxnor the Orc. "Oh yeah? What about it?" Fred questions. "Just, we may know where it is." There was a moment of silence. But, we ain't going to get it, man, Raxnor admitted kind of ashamedly. Ha! Fred laughed. You guys afraid of a little adventure? Then he air guitared while giving them the finger. Nah, bro, it's just that the snake jewel is located in the Snake Lord Komodo's cave, and it is said he watches over it like a crazy man. Plus, fuck snakes, Raxnor proclaimed. I will get your puny jewel from your puny snake lord, and will drink mead from his skull out of his eye sockets with a bendy straw. I ate a 72-ounce goddamn steak, for fuck's sake, Fred yelled.
Fred is a badass.
He got up from his seat and started to make his way out the door when suddenly he felt a tap on his shoulder. Mew, said Buff Cat. I know, Buff Cat, but you can't join me on this one. Mew. Boy, you said it, Buff Cat. Mew. You too, brother. As Fred left the brothel, nobody knew if they'd ever see him again. He'll be all right, Buff Cat, Raxnor said as he petted him on his muscly head. Mew. Fucking Buff Cat.
I love Buff Cat.
He's adorable. Fred soon arrived at the mouth of the Snake Lord Komodo's snake cave / underground snake labyrinth. He heard a rustling in the nearby bush and drew his sword, which blazed with a red, transparent enchantment. Who's there? He demanded to know. You're here for the jewel, aren't you, adventurer? A twisted, evil voice asked. Then a large snake emerged from the bush. Yes, and who are you? Fred asked. I can guide you through the dangers of the dungeon, the snake said.
Trust him, trust him.
Why should I trust you, foul creature? Because Lord Komodo owes me 5 gold pieces, said the creature.
This fucking snake. Oh my god.
This probably is a terrible idea. But I hate Welchers, Fred said, and he punched a hole into a tree and the tree burst into flames.
Oh my god.
As they entered the cave, the ground was moist with the slime trails of a million snakes. There were fucking snakes everywhere, hanging from torches, crammed inside cave holes, and Fred thought he saw one even spell out F-U with his body.
Damn!
That snake sucks. In front of them lay several doors. You must choose, the snake creature said. Fred walked over to a nearby door and opened it. After you, he said to the snake creature. As they entered, the door slammed behind them and the torches lit the room. Around him, Fred saw thousands of keys hanging from the ceiling and on the walls and in massive piles on the ground. Just a shit ton of keys.
Oh, man.
On the other side of the room was a door with several keyholes of all shapes and sizes. Creature! What foul trickery is this? He demanded to know. Fred could hear the creature laugh but could not see where he slithered to. He walked over to the door and examined the different keyholes.
I love that little snake.
Dude, he's awesome, right? He gets better. To enter and my master to see, you must be the master of keys, the creature riddled. If you choose poorly, he trailed off. Just then 2 snake arrows flew out of the wall. You die! The snake creature finished.
Snake arrows!
Fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
Fred looked at the keyholes again. One of them appeared to be the exact shape and size of the glory hole in his favorite brothel. He thought. Creature, where are you? The snake creature again cackled. I have no time for this, Fred said angrily. Then he focused all his warrior rage and remembered what his master taught him. When in doubt, kick the shit out of the shit that's pissing you the fuck off. He focused and reached into a giant pile of keys on the floor and pulled the creature out. Ack! It yelled. This one looks about right, Fred said, laughing, and shoved the creature into the key glory hole. Bet you thought I was going to use my penis. Well, I only stick my dick into 2 things, and your mom and your mom's butt aren't here. He said as he turned the key into the snake hole. The door unlocked, and Fred threw the twisted, broken snake creature aside. Oh, gods, I can't feel my legs! The creature. Fred stepped into the Snake Lord's chamber. Master, I brought you an interloper as tribute, the snake creature groveled. Also, can I have my 5 gold pieces you owe me? Silence, said Lord Komodo. Next to him sat his lovely Snake Lord Queen. She looked bored as shit. Between them was a snake jewel of insane strength. We must now battle, Komodo yelled. Oh, shit, yes, Fred agreed. Fred drew his sword. The Snake Lord summoned like 1,000,000 snakes, and they all surrounded him, forming into body armor and a shield, and that one snake from earlier spelled F-U again. Fred hacked his sword at the snake armor, and there was 6 snake juice flying everywhere, but to no effect. The Snake Lord then formed a giant hammer out of snakes and swung it at Fred. He parried, but his sword flew across the room. He was disarmed. Man. He rolled and dodged and found a pile of gross old bones. He picked up a dude's spine with a skull still attached and started swinging it around like a mace. The Snake Lord blocked and parried. This went on for like 2 hours. The Snake Lord Queen sighed. Finally, Fred was spent. The Snake Lord had him under his giant snake armor heel. Will you just let him go, said the Snake Queen. I'm bored. All you ever do is talk about this stupid jewel and fight interlopers. Silence, woman, Komodo hissed. I'm killing this interloper for us. Can't you see that? The Snake Lord Queen rolled her eyes. Fred was done for. He closed his eyes. Just as he thought it was all going to end, he heard a gagging sound and a ton of blood spill onto the floor. He looked up and saw his sword piercing through the Snake Lord's chest. The snakes all vanished, and the Snake Lord fell to the ground. Holding the Orc Fister was the Snake Queen. Gods, I'm so tired of his bullshit, she said. He never paid attention to me, and all he ever did was polish his jewel and talk about how cool his key room was. I'll just give you the damn jewel, she said, if you promise me one thing. Fred got up and took his sword and kneeled before the Queen. Anything, he said. Let me ride that F train to Cumsville, she said. The end.
Josh, that may be your finest story yet.
Oh, thank you.
That was so great. The voices were great. It was real funny. Buff Cat.
Buff Cat.
Who doesn't love Buff Cat?
Dude, Buff Cat, man, he's a fucking adventurer. He needs jewels and shit just like everybody else.
Dude, we need to see Flyman, Buff Cat, team up.
Tag team.
That's right, fans. I'm already thinking it, and I know you are. Oh, my God. So, I love that little snake.
Dude, that snake is awesome.
I love his voice. Oh my god, that was a great story, James. Great job. That key room was real nice. I could really envision it, and it was maddening how many keys and holes there were.
It would have taken him forever, and if he didn't do it right, all those snake arrows would have fucking shot at him and shit, man. I don't want to do that.
Oh my god, snake arrows. They made their way in it. They found a way.
They found a way.
Snake arrows.
There were snake arrows, there was snake armor, snake mallets.
Oh my god. Oh, guy using a spine and a skull to beat snakes.
Yeah, dude, just swinging that shit around, just hitting snakes in the face, dude.
Dude, I think he gets the title Fred the Snake Beater.
Yeah.
Alright, Josh, are you ready for my tale of a Snake Lord?
I am ready.
Oh my god, you scared me.
That was a real ghost in my house that said that.
Oh, Jesus. Josh's house is really haunted, by the way,
haunted.
guys. Alright, this story is called Kuroth the Slave.
Oh my god.
Winter's snow fell on the ever-dripping Blood Mountain. It's a goddamn mountain that bleeds. Believe it. Within the mountain, deep down in the mines, snake beasts cracked their whips on the backs of orc slaves as they drudged about, heaving blood rocks into carts and sending them down deeper into the mines.
Oh no.
Orcs were mining blood rocks for Synthor, the Snake Lord, blood warlock and head of a tribe of snake beasts. Blood rocks are harvested for blood packs, blood steel weapons, and of course, blood magic. Snake beasts are pretty much big snakes with human torsos and arms. They're all bodybuilders. And all total douchebags.
Dude, it's like I'm in the mine, dude, in Blood Mountain. I'm there.
Dude, I got real the script, you know?
I'm there.
In the center of the cave, Snake beasts were pumping iron in a small gym they've assembled while all the orcs worked around them. Like I said, total douchebags. Once a day, they make the orcs hold up a giant mirror so they can flex and check out their bods. One time, an orc had to hold up a mirror for 7 hours as one snake beast made his pecs dance to the Mortal Kombat theme. D-Bag City.
Holy shit, man.
These guys are bad.
I fucking hate these guys.
Yeah, you should for a number of reasons.
I hate them for all the reasons.
The slavers were all working out hard as usual. They were doing dips, clean and press, curls, bench, taint longerers, and rows.
Taint longerers.
Moving on.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just like quickly want to like just gloss over that. Like, yeah, they're just taint longerers. We're gonna keep going. They're going
totally
with the other
thing.
exercises.
It's a real thing.
The buffest snake beast of them all, with the hottest, smoothest snake body anyone had ever seen, slithered in. When he moved, it sounded like someone was playing a sexy-ass R&B track with some nasty-ass lyrics about having sex, suspended by bungee cords or some shit.
I like how earlier you're like, these guys are basically snakes with human bodies, and that was like the most poetically descriptive thing I've ever heard. It's beautiful.
Because you gotta know the way this dude moves.
Well, dude, I know. It's like it's tattooed on my brain now. That's how descriptive that was.
I want to hear that R&B song.
Right?
It was Smooth Body, the meanest slaver of them all. Every evil creature in the land wanted a piece of that snake ass. Some snake beasts tried to lean in and give him a little snake kiss when they were spotting him, because he was just that hot.
Oh, man.
Everyone got out of the way as he approached the weight rack. He picked up 13 weights at once and just started doing all types of shit. When suddenly, he was interrupted by another slaver. "Hey, Smooth Bod, bet you can't bench this," he said as he gestured to a bench with as much weight as possible on it.
Oh, man.
Smooth Body laughed it off. "Step aside, dick losers," he said with a smirk as he positioned himself under the bar. He got himself psyched up by having the other slavers whip his nipples with wet spaghetti. Yeah, also he was a weirdo.
Oh, I kind of take it back. I kind of love these guys.
He lifted the bar off the rack, brought it down to his pecs, and as he went to complete the rep, his buff arms began to struggle. He tried to force a second wind, but couldn't muster it. One of the other slavers yelled out, "Slaves!" They came to his call and helped the weights off of Smooth Body. Smooth got up. No one said a word. He picked up a dumbbell and threw it at the wall, which partially exploded and blood started to pour out of the cave everywhere.
Oh my
"Clean
God.
it up," he demanded, and the slaves got to work again. All but one slave, who had not stopped working this whole time.
Oh, man.
"Who the fuck thinks they don't have to help weights off my rock-solid, silky, smooth, oily body that I sometimes eat dinner off of?" spoke Smooth Bod, as the orc continued to swing his pickaxe. "I'm speaking to you, slave," he added, but the orc did not answer. Smooth Bod held out his hand. Another slaver put a whip in it. He pulled back and cracked the whip on the orc's back. But the orc did not even flinch. His back was covered in calluses with scars on top of scars. Annoyed, the super buff snake beast whipped again, this time harder. The orc's back began to bleed, but still, he did not stop working.
Dude.
"Foolish slave, I demand you turn around and face the glorious body that is Smooth Bod the slaver. See his chiseled abs, his mighty delts, and his glorious biceps that'll make your mama say, 'Oh my word, that snake's got arms, and them's arms is muscly.'"
Dude, I love this. I love this canon. This is canon. This is totally canon.
It's all canon. Yelled yet another slaver. With that, the orc dropped his pickaxe, slowly turned around, and revealed himself. The wounds on his body told the tale of a warrior made a slave, with a slight underbite, short beard, and an eye patch hiding a scar that cut across his right eye. Smoothbod smirked. Ah, Koroth the maggot, I should have known. Well, since you don't want to help your fellow slaves, I guess you'll just have to lift this weight all by yourself, he said as 2 slavers seized him. Once a great warrior in his clan's army, Koroth returned home from war to find his wife and child slain. Broken, the orc drunkenly wandered the mountains of Orkspire with a death wish. Oh, no. The orc could not bring himself to his own end. Instead, he invited death openly, but it would not come.
Dude, he's a fucking badass.
Dude, he just wants to die. One night, at the peak of his exhaustion, he was captured by ogres and sold off to Snake Beast, where he was put in the mines.
No.
They forced him under the bench. Today is the day you die, Koroth, said Smooth. You've disobeyed my orders for the last time. Slaves, how about a little lifting music for this maggot? A couple of orcs stepped forward and started singing as Koroth grabbed hold of the bar. Now all the masters know that you need the glow. You need the glow to grow to grow. If you love to live, you live to love. But you gotta move to the upper level. Cause when you got the glow, there ain't no stopping what you want to do. Ho!
Oh my god. Beautiful.
That's what the orcs sang. Koroth lifted the bar off the bench, and it immediately dropped to his chest. The slavers all began to laugh. Koroth struggled to lift the bar, but it wouldn't move. The orcs continued singing. To reach that upper level, your mind, body, and soul must be one. It's a sacrifice. It takes hard work. It's a way of life. Suddenly, Koroth began lifting the massive weight up. One of the orcs, known simply as Diamond, started crumping.
Diamond!
He was doing handstands, headstands, dick stands, all kinds of crazy shit. Seriously, dude was spinning on his boner. The slavers were stunned. The orcs continued. When you got that glow, you feel the one. When you got that glow, dude, your body's gold, so don't let go of the power of elevation. Talk about that glow. One orc stepped forward. Shine on.
He's
With
like the
one last push, Koroth completed his rap. What did you want to say?
Just like, he like steps out of the line and he does it.
Yeah, he was like, shine on.
Yeah, I gotcha.
The entire cave was silent, and all of a sudden, Koroth dropped the weight back down to his chest and started repping out so many reps.
Oh my god.
His muscles instantly started becoming bigger and bigger, and his body began to glow.
Holy shit.
The room became incredibly hot from the heat coming off his muscles. One slaver got the vapors and fainted.
Of all the things that guy's seen, he faints.
This was too intense.
Too
He could
much.
not believe it.
Yeah.
After 100 reps, Koroth sprung up, wielding the bar, spinning around his body like some Darth Maul shit. Nobody could believe what was happening. Stop him, yelled Smooth, but there was no use. With all his mighty buff new hot muscles, Koroth swung the bar, splattering slavers against the walls of the cave, causing blood rocks to fall all over the place.
Ew.
The slaves rioted, freeing themselves from their chains with their pickaxes and taking them to the snake beasts. Battle Keg came on out of nowhere.
Dude, fuck yeah, Battle Keg.
That's when you know shit is gonna
Oh,
be
dude, when Battle Keg comes out of nowhere, holy shit, get out.
One orc hit a slaver right in the neck with a pickaxe, and blood shot out like a goddamn fountain. Diamond was still crumping all the fuck over when he suddenly slipped in the blood and started breakdancing.
Crumpin'. When was crumpin' like a thing? What like?
Like the 2005 or 6?
Yeah.
I mean, year 7 in Orkspire.
It's canon.
It's canon. All the orcs were like, oh shit. Shit was getting wild. Orcs were riding snake beasts while punching them in the back of the head. Others were holding some up by their buff arms and drop kicking their abs until their organs exploded. It was crazy. Smoothbody tried to escape, but Kurath tossed the bar at him and it landed right on his tail. He struggled to get out from under it, but the weight was too heavy. Orc slaves surrounded him and started doing atomic leg drops on his snake body, breaking every one of his bones. "Take this, you smooth son of a bitch," yelled one orc, and he leg dropped right on his butt and fractured his butt.
Leg drop a guy's butt. Oh, man.
Smoothbody screamed in pain as he laid there crippled. Kurath walked up his back, grabbed his neck with both hands, and whispered, "Die, you piece of trash," and he twisted Smoothbody's neck both ways 7 times, breaking the only bones left intact, including the face bones. He broke the face bones too.
Jesus.
Kurath snapped off his fangs as the rest of the orcs knew what to do.
Yep.
They gathered their other slavers' fangs, and with snakeskin they fashioned 2 gauntlets for Kurath. He put them on, and as he did, an epic music cue hit. All the orcs started wilding out. Other orcs presented Kurath with a headdress made from Smooth's head. He put it on. A second, even cooler music cue hit, and Diamond started doing windmills.
Windmill. Dude, Diamond is awesome.
Dude, Diamond the orc, man, he's really good. Standing atop a pile of snake beast bodies, Kurath turned to the crowd of orcs. Everyone got quiet. They wanted a speech. Kurath looked them over for a moment, then said, "Let's kill the fucker."
Good speech.
If you thought orcs got wild earlier, then you don't even know. You don't even know how wild shit got when Kurath said that. Orcs armed themselves, piled into minecarts, and sent themselves down deep into the heart of the mountain to Synthor's chamber. Leading the charge, Kurath's cart arrived just outside of Synthor's chamber. With his small army behind him, he kicked the door off the hinges. Over a dark red fire, surrounded by more snake beasts, the massive Synthor, at least 3 times bigger than his minions, was in the middle chanting a spell, all in a trance. Kurath and his orcs seized the opportunity and began slaying snake beasts while they could. Synthor stopped chanting. The spell was completed. The snake beasts, still standing, peeled off their skin, and red, dripping blood demons emerged.
Oh my god.
They began picking up orcs and eating them, setting others ablaze with magic, but the army kept fighting. Synthor spoke. "Treacherous orcs! How dare you rise against the mighty Synthor?" as he fired lasers out of his eyes, frying an orc. "You will all die," he added.
Holy shit.
A blood demon picked Kurath up, then swallowed him whole. The fighting stopped, and everyone got quiet. Then when suddenly the demon's stomach began to move, and Kurath fucking punched his way out.
Fuck yeah.
The demon fell over dead. Covered in blood, Kurath let out a battle cry, and all the orcs went berserk. Kurath uppercutted the blood demon with his gauntlet, spilling blood all over. The riots started thrashing up, and his demon still standing. Synthor, knowing the fight was hopeless, quickly opened a blood portal, but before he went through, he turned to Kurath and spoke. "This was not a loss. I am but one step closer. I'll see you again."
Dude.
And he headed through the portal as it closed behind him. The fighting had ended. The orcs had their freedom. Once again, they all turned to Kurath. This time, he did not hesitate. "Find the beer," he spoke, and they all went wild. The end.
Dude, that story was fucking awesome. It's a fucking prison riot. It's like a weight lift off. Dude, the Synthor summoned blood demons? Dude, that was a great story. That was awesome.
Dude, it took me forever to write that story.
Diamond? Dude, I wanna kiss that guy.
Dude, you want to know the inspiration for Diamond?
Yeah.
It's you, baby. I seen you crump before. I seen you crump in 05.
Yeah, in 05 or 06.
You're a beautiful crumper.
You're a beautiful crumper, Josh.
I saw you fall into a breakdance one time, and that's how I got the inspiration for that.
In a blood
part.
puddle.
Until the deed is done. Until the quest is won.